not at all what I was expecting. I thought it would be like all the other financial freedom videos on YouTube. But Ollie asks some very hard-hitting questions and shares the personal responsibility we have to take if we want to see financial freedom in our lives. So, if neither of those don't scare you, go ahead and stick around, because here are those top 5 lessons, just in case you don't watch that full 40-minute video. Starting with number 1. Understand your why. What specifically can financial freedom buy for you? This is subjective for everyone, and not everyone will have the same answer, and that's okay. Ollie tells the story of when he was a junior doctor. His motivation and goal for financial freedom was because he only wanted to work 3 days a week. That's it. For someone, or maybe you or someone else, maybe it is that car, maybe it is that house. But for others, maybe it is having that excess amount of money to give towards their favorite organization, nonprofit, or cause. For me, financial freedom means not having to say no to an opportunity ever again. Not because I can't afford it, but because I generally am saying no. Takeaway number 2 that I got from this video is to find the dollar amount of your goal and assess if the current plan that you're following will actually take you to that goal. Ollie goes on this passionate tangent where he talks about making sure that the goal that you're following, the goal, that financial freedom goal that you want, and the number is actually your goal, whatever that number may be. Because he says this:
there is nothing more sad than working towards a goal and only finding out when you're close to it or getting there that actually the goal itself was not what you actually wanted. You wanted something else.
He really drives this point, and that got me to think, how easy is it for, parents, friends, the pressure of society, the world, the need to better yourself and be better than you were a second ago, get in the way and actually feed you and tell you what your goals need to be. So putting that all aside, just taking some time and think and remind yourself of the things and the desires that are truly in your heart and the goals that you truly want. So assuming that the actual financial freedom amount and the dollar amount is yours and it's what you want, now it's time to put a dollar amount to it. Think about that lifestyle that you want. What are you driving? Where do you live? What vacation is your family taking? How often are they going on vacation? Where do your kids go to school? What do you drive? What do you give every month? What business are you involved in? In that lifestyle that you can see, come up with an educated guess on the cost of those different assets. Determine the monthly cost for owning these items, assuming that taxes and insurance is included. Now that we have that number, it's now time to determine if the plan that we're following actually gets us to that goal. Because Ollie says something that really got me thinking. Everyone is following a plan, whether they're conscious of it or not. To do that, Ollie goes and shares this simple framework called the GPS, Goal Plan System. So let's say that the dollar amount for your financial future goal is $1 million by 5 years. Is the plan that you're following going to get you there in 5 years? Say it's working a W-2 job, making minimum wage, and just doing that. Not using any extra time or resources to invest or to learn a new skill. Let's just say it's just working a minimum wage job. Will that plan get you to the $1 million? And in short, no, it won't. So how do we solve the knowledge gap? How do we solve not knowing the paths to get to that financial freedom goal that we set earlier? And this is where takeaway number 3 comes in that I got from Ollie's video. And that is, making money is actually a skill. And I would have never have thought about that. I would have thought that making money is actually an exchange for my time for money, an exchange for a service for money. But underneath all of that, making money and learning how to make more money than the last year, more money than the year before that, and more money before that, it's actually a skill that takes you on this staircase of making more and more money. So the resources to actually know the paths to get you to the financial freedom goal and to develop the skill of making money is through books, podcasts, courses, personal education, actually investing in yourself. I love how Ollie actually shares a couple of book recommendations in that. I also have a couple of videos where I actually have read some of those books and given my honest review and the impact it's had on my life and the impact I believe it can have on yours. So check out that video here. This takes us to the next takeaway I got, which is number 4. Entrepreneurship, it's like a sport. Treat it such as an athlete is in training off the field just as much as they are on the field. They've restricted themselves to a certain regimen and aren't doing what average, normal, everyday people are doing. They're following a specific food plan, they're following a specific exercise routine, they're waking up early in the morning, they're tracking their progress and their performance. And these principles can be applied also into entrepreneurship. So if an athlete says no to certain things like junk food and sleeping in, what do we have to say no to in order to reach financial freedom? Mindless scrolling on social media, watching 3+ hours on Netflix or on YouTube, lack of time management, and not investing in your knowledge. And takeaway number 5 is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. This is something I hear often, maybe something you've heard often too. But Ollie says something I didn't realize, that when you surround yourself with like-minded people, their habits and how they carry themselves and just who they are rubs off on you, which can actually be a good thing. So hanging out with wealthier people, hanging out with healthier people, hanging out with more spiritually in tune people, their habits, their way of carrying themselves, their way of doing things and looking at things will actually rub off on you. So that wraps up the 5 main takeaways I got from Ollie's video, and I highly recommend watching the full 40-minute video. Here's a video I'm recommending of mine that I believe will actually help you in your financial freedom progress. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.